This past week, Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway have taken a $4.1 billion stake in Chevron, stock ticker CVX. Let's look into it. Chevron Corporation is a huge energy company with operations in countries around the world. Chevron produces and transports crude oil and natural gas, and CVX is also responsible for refining, marketing, distributing fuels, as well as being involved in chemical and mining operations, power generation, and different energy services. Chevron Corporation, stock ticker CVX, is a company in the energy sector, and they currently mainly focus on the oil and gas industry with a current share price of $99.06. Chevron pretty much has their hand dipped into each different facet of business in that oil and gas sector, including the upstream, midstream, and downstream operations. CVX has a market cap of $184 billion and a 52-week range from 51.6 to 106.96. Additionally, Chevron also has a beta metric of 1.33, which means that their share price is about 33% more volatile than the Dow Jones Industrial Index. Chevron currently has a negative earnings per share of $2.96, and because the earnings is a negative value, they currently do not have a price per earnings ratio. Chevron has beat on their Q1 and Q3 earnings reports, and they have missed on the Q2 and Q4 reports. The Q1 2021 earnings estimate is 60 cents per share. I'm not necessarily sure if Chevron will be able to beat this mark, but as we slowly start to continue through the coronavirus crisis and the economy starts to return to normal, their earnings should increase in the future. So this may be a good opportunity to get them at a cheaper sale price. Additionally, over this past year, Chevron has seen the strongest increase of return on capital employed since 2015, and they would like to grow this metric to exceed 10% by 2024. Chevron currently has a dividend yield of 5.43%, which equates to an annual payout of $5.16. The worst metric we're going to see of the day is that payout ratio, which is sitting at 145%. The 5-year growth rate isn't terrible at 3.81%. We would like to see it a little higher, but the consecutive years of dividend increase at 5 is something that we like to see. Here is the all-time dividend history of Chevron. You can see that they do a nice job consistently increasing their dividend without needing to cut that annual payout by too much. The payout ratio should be a little concerning, but it's most likely so high because of the prices of oil and gas tanking earlier this year. I believe that payout ratio should be decreasing as we continue through 2021. It's also important to note that Chevron places strong precedent on their dividend and maintaining and growing it. They do this with their fund capital program and their strong balance sheet, which allows them to return surpluses of cash to the shareholders as consistently as possible. Chevron's price to book value is 1.4, and they currently have $6.89 billion cash on hand with a total debt count of $34.81 billion. So we have about 5 times total debt as we do cash, which isn't the worst possible scenario to be in, but it's certainly not the best. It's also concerning that I could not find a current ratio on Yahoo Finance, which may very well mean that the company currently is holding more liabilities and will have a harder time extinguishing that short-term debt. Here is an image that shows the balance sheet strength of Chevron. Although they have that payout ratio of about 148%, their dividend break even is the lowest between them and a few of their competitors. CVX also holds the lowest net debt ratio between these same competitors. Chevron currently has profit margins of minus 5.87%, as well as operating margins of minus 7.39%. They do not have a return on assets listed, and the return on equity is minus 4.01%. One of the reasons I like Chevron in that oil and gas industry and the energy sector is because they are very diverse. You can see how many different countries they're in all around the world, and they're diversified into separate asset classes such as heavy oil, deep water, conventional, shale, and and LNG, natural gas. They place a lot of importance on future investment opportunities and being able to grow their business. This allows them to continuously increase their upstream assets and continue producing a wider range of downstream chemicals. Chevron is currently pursuing 3 different high-impact exploration opportunities in the Gulf of Mexico, and Brazil. Some of these positions have been established since 2019, and Chevron is now adding to them. Additionally, it must be said that Chevron CVX is increasing their renewables energy support by investing in more renewable natural gases, as well as renewable diesel and biodiesel. They're also beginning to produce renewable base oils and are in the early stages of testing with hydrogen. Here is the 1-year chart of Chevron, currently trading at $99.06, and you can see that they have crossed that dark red 20-day simple moving average line. Chevron is currently trading at minus 13.49% on the year, which means there is room for growth in the future, but it's important to notice this purple line at the bottom, the RSI, is at 70, which means the stock is currently overbought. I'm guessing the share price is going to continue to increase a little bit, meet and test some of that resistance, drop back down, and then the next time it tries to get back up to its 52-week highs, it'll be able to level out there or exceed them in the future. The current recommended rating for Chevron is 2.3, which is right between a buy and a hold, and the current analyst price targets are an average of $103.77 against the current price right now of $99.07. The low price target is at $90 and the high target is $115. I think Chevron would be a good investment to add to your portfolio, as Warren Buffett just added it to his. Share price has taken a hit this year because of COVID, and I expect it to maybe dip a couple times more and then be able to increase and challenge these 52-week highs again. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It would really help me out with the analytics if you liked the video and subscribed to the channel. Leave me a comment down below letting me know what you think about Chevron and if you hold any position in your portfolio. As always, I'm Patrick Zimmerman. Thank you for your time and have a nice day.